This is your second stimulus check update and your stimulus package update as of Wednesday, July 22nd. This is your stimulus update, and happy Wednesday. The good news is that after the Republican luncheon yesterday, the Republicans walked out united, supporting a second stimulus check. The bad news, and I'm not going to sugarcoat this for you, I'm going to tell you the situation as it is. And I'm not saying this to bash on the Republicans. I'm going to tell you the facts, and you can interpret it as you want. The Republicans had their luncheon yesterday to go over the Republican game plan for what they want in the next stimulus package. It did not go so well. It was unproductive. The reason why I say this is because the Republicans walked out of the luncheon still ununified on what they want in the next stimulus package. The only thing that they were in agreement upon was the stimulus check. There are a lot of quotes from senators in that luncheon, like Republican Senator Ted Cruz, who told his fellow Republicans, "What in the hell are we doing?" Cruz told reporters that the Republican senators still do not even know the details of the proposal, and he said that with the current plan, he's not only a no, but he's a hell no. That's his quote. Republican Senator Roy Blunt described the Republican luncheon as messy. After the Republican luncheon, the Republican leaders, they met with the leaders of the Democrats, with Chuck Schumer, the leader of the Democrats in the Senate, and with Nancy Pelosi, leader of the Democrats in the House of Representatives. That meeting was unproductive as well. This meeting went on for 75 minutes, and the Republicans came to the meeting without even a proposal. Therefore, the Republicans and Democrats, they did not even negotiate. Nothing got done. The Republicans say that they are ironing out their differences and things are moving in the right direction. Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin said yesterday that they will move quickly and pass the stimulus package by the end of this month, by the end of July, which is next Friday. The leader of the Senate, Mitch McConnell, was asked yesterday whether they can pass the stimulus package by the end of July, and McConnell responded by laughing out loud and by saying no. That's drawing criticism because there's 20 plus million Americans that are unemployed that will have their unemployment benefits expiring this week. And there's tens of millions of Americans that won't be able to pay next month's rent or next month's mortgage. There are a lot of Americans hoping that this stimulus package passes quickly. Moving on, the Republicans, they want to spend $1 trillion. It's crazy to say this, but $1 trillion is operating on a tight budget. Like, imagine that. With a tight budget in mind, you cannot get everything that you want in the stimulus package. Therefore, Republican senators chose to unify on supporting a second stimulus check instead of the payroll tax cut that President Trump is pushing for. President Trump continues to advocate a payroll tax cut even though the Republicans are not supporting it. And it would also create a big conflict with the Democrats who are strongly opposed to it. The second highest ranking Republican in the Senate, John Thune, said if it's a choice between doing a stimulus check and the payroll tax cut, I think it's pretty clear the stimulus checks actually have a more direct benefit to the economy. The Republicans are also uniting on funding for coronavirus testing. This is going against President Trump, who is actively trying to block funding for COVID-19 testing and to the CDC. President Trump, he's now backing down from this attempt. There's most likely going to be about $25 billion in the next stimulus package to cover more COVID-19 testing. The Republicans are trying to limit the spending of the next stimulus package to $1 trillion. Republican senators are complaining about the cost. Senator Rand Paul said to his fellow Republicans that they should be ashamed of themselves for trying to pass another large stimulus package. Paul said that there's no difference now between the Republicans and Democrats because Republicans are acting so fiscally irresponsible. Paul said they simply don't care about the debt and that he is alarmed that we are trying to spend another $1 trillion that we don't have and that we are ruining our country. As you can see, the Republican team needs to unify before productive negotiations can begin with the Democrats. Let's take a look at the COVID-19 news. President Trump said that COVID-19, that this pandemic will probably get worse before it gets better. COVID-19 fatalities were more than 1,000 yesterday. This is a record high since June 2nd. Florida had a record high number of hospitalizations yesterday. Statewide, Florida has 17% of ICU beds open. The hospitalization situation is growing worse in Texas. Texas reported a record high COVID-19 hospitalizations yesterday. Many hospitals in these states are converting surgical units into COVID-19 care units. It's good to see that Arizona is seeing a decrease in hospitalizations and a continued downward trends. On Monday, New York City reported 0 COVID-19 related deaths. New York City once had 800 fatalities in a day. So it's great to see the progress there. That's the news for today. Please subscribe and I will keep you updated. I'll save you some time and I'll provide you any advice when applicable. Thank you so much and please stay safe.